All rise, remove your hats, legislative body is now in session. The chair will Joey Denson preside.
Thank you, Sheriff. Appreciate everybody coming out on this, illustrious night again and taking part in the county government.
Our most gracious Heavenly Father, thank you for this day of life, Father. Thank you for the strength and energy you put in our body. Father, be with us. Lead us to the correct decisions as best for our family, our community. Father, just bless everyone in this room with safe travel. Amen.
Pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Brandon, call the roll, please. Joe Denton. Here. Doug Stafford.
Here.
Jeff Smallwood.
Here.
Josh Stanton. Joe Barlow.
Here.
Lori York. Harold Church.
Here.
Shelby Fox. Here. Ryan Lee. Paul Ballard.
Yes.
Gary Garrison.
Here.
Thomas Williams.
Here.
Ryan Hawkins.
Here.
Richard Head.
Here.
Jake Netta. Mark Dodge.
Here.
Anthony Bug.
Here.
Bill Gunther.
Here.
Okay, we got two absent, then we have a quorum present. Okay. Approval of the agenda or any, items to be added or changed. I do have one item that I need to add to the agenda. Down on your agenda, under very now, library update, do need to add the reappraisal plan. Mr. Caleb Allen, he's gonna address that here, to us in a moment, when we get to that on the agenda. Does anyone have, any of the board members have anything else you'd like to change or add on the agenda for tonight?
We got the audit, that email this afternoon, when I had that in, talk about it. Flood findings came back. At 4 o'clock, we'll have the email.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't see it, so.
It's pretty good.
Okay, we'll hold that one. We'll hold that for next time, is that all right with you, sir? All right, so we might have a chance to look it over. Anybody have anything else you want to add to the agenda other than the reappraisal plan for the property assessment? Do I have a motion to do that, add addition to the agenda, please?
I'll give you one.
Motion by Mr. Smallwood, second. Second by Mr. Cummings, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, we'll add that under the very now library update on your agenda. Okay. Now, the approval of the minutes of the previous meeting. Everyone should have those in front of you. Does anyone see any changes or corrections to those from our last meeting in December?
Brandon, I still don't have a G in
Any corrections for any of the minutes from the December meeting? If not, do I have a motion to approve those as presented?
I don't.
Motion by Ryan, second by Mr. Stafford over here. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Minutes stand approved. Public comment from the audience on tonight's agenda items. Anyone in the audience tonight like to say anything about our agenda items tonight? Public comment from the audience? Hearing none, seeing none, moving on then, thank you. Quarterly reports, that's the first item on our agenda. We have the highway, sheriff, ambulance, mayor, and school board. I know we have two ways of doing this. We can group these together, consider them all as one. We can do them individually. How would you like to do them?
I make a motion to group together.
Smallwood makes a motion to group all the quarterly reports together.
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Church. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, you're now considering all the quarterly reports grouped together. Please look them over. I think everyone's here, or someone's here from every department, hopefully. And if you have any questions, hopefully they'll be able to answer those. Does anyone have any questions over any of the quarterly reports for any of the departments? I'll entertain a motion to approve them, whenever you all are ready. Motion, Mr. Barlow, to approve the quarterlies as presented. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second from Mr. Fox. Any other discussion? Hearing none, would you please call the roll on this, please?
Joey Denton,
Yes.
Doug Savage,
Yes.
Chris Smallwood, Josh Hanson, Steve Barlow,
Yes.
John Church,
Yes.
Sugar Fox, Brian Lee,
Yes.
Paul Ballard,
Yes.
Terry Garrison,
Yes.
Ron Stewart, Tom Hopkins,
Yes.
Richard Hill,
Yes.
Jack Mills, Mark Dodge,
Yes.
Anthony Buck,
Yes.
Stephen Cummings.
Yes.
All reports approved. Thank you very much. Next item on our agenda is a budget amendment for the capital projects 171, having to do with the health department renovations. I know we went through this at our last, budget / building committee meeting, we touched on it. Mr. Mayor, I don't know if you want to refresh our memory on it, as to what this
What this is
entails.
they've added some extra revenue to that project. They had some left over with some of the projects they're doing across the state. And with this, they're gonna put a new roof on the health department with it, and also put a generator at the health department. So we're just adding those funds into the 171, so we'll have a place to take the money out when it comes time to pay for it.
And this is no additional power or in-kind or match or nothing.
Not as far as I'm aware, no.
Any questions? I have a motion to approve the capital project 171 budget amendment.
I give you a motion.
Motion by Bucky to do so, I have a second. Second by Darrell, any other discussion? Randy, call the roll, please.
Joe Denton,
Yes.
Bill Stafford,
Yes.
Bill Smalley,
Yes.
Chuck Henson, Joe Barlow,
Yes.
John Church,
Yes.
Bill Wallace,
Yes.
Ron Lee,
Yes.
Paul Malley,
Yes.
Terry Garrison,
Yes.
Thomas Williams,
Yes.
Brian Hopkins,
Yes.
Richard Dean,
Yes.
Jason Davis, Mark Dodge,
Yes.
Richard Love,
Yes.
Yes.
Motion approved, thank you. Next item on our list is the highway road list approval. Mr. Garrison?
Jackson County road list needs to be approved once. All it is nothing's changed other than a few spelling. And on the end line is the years that I've done, but anyway, we try to keep up with what we do year to year. That's the only thing that's changed.
You heard the explanation of the road list. Approval request, any questions for Mr. Garrison?
I got a silly question, maybe. Some of the roads have state aid comments, which I love.
The state aid program, a lot of it is where we got about I think it's 2.324 in extra funding from the state, and it only can be spent on state roads, which I spend it all on researching asphalt only. And you see that is state aid for the road program, and that's what we researched it to, and you see it last week.
They got to connect with state road, like I said, and nothing comes. I like it.
When you're talking about, resurfacing, roads or asphalt only, research with asphalt.
Yes, I spend every penny of that, well, I still got some, I spend it all on asphalt, it's the highest, thing to do, and it's the most needed, about 117,000 miles, so you know, don't go far, especially as far as doing most of the county, all fields there, yes, it's state aid on it, it's got a lot of stuff, it's got to be 18 foot wide, certain widths, inspected, all those are about state, signed all there. Part of this program, I guess you could say.
Any other questions for Mr. Garrison on the road list? Motion to approve is presented. Motion by Thomas, do I have a second? Second by Mr. Barlow. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Road list stands approved. Thank you. We got the, highway revised asset capitalization and depreciation policy. Mouthful. All right. Somebody like to tell us what that, is this a changing thing or what?
It was a suggestion from the auditor
Okay,
to clean up the books the way everything's in the computer now. All of our roads are in there as capital assets, and the way the policy states now, it's supposed to be above a certain threshold, and the auditor suggested to just change that instead of going in and removing every asset, which there will, each road may have 15 asset entries to it, although it was base, resurface, all of that. So to remove that would take more people and hours than we have.
Mhm.
And he suggested to just revise the policy to just include every, and this is only for infrastructure, for roads. That's the suggestion of the auditor.
everybody get that? I have a motion. Motion, Mr. Barlow, to approve the revision of the policy. second by Thomas, any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you, stand approved. Highway mineral severance tax. Okay. Someone wanna give us a lowdown on this one, please?
Basically, all I'm asking for is an increase in the mineral service tax. Basically, Roger Group, Rock Quarry is where we get this, like 23-24, we got around 45,000 funded. The 24-25 years is around 50,000 tax. And when we do this 5%, it'll jump us around 10,000, depending on the tonnage they say. You know, this is not no definite answer. Depending on the tonnage, it could give us 10 more thousand a year revenue towards the highway department. Roger Group is one that kind of got this ball kicked off in one of the state meetings. It got passed through the state, now it's up to you guys, kind of pass it along every, is it 3 times every 10 years? 15 cents. 5 cents, 25, 5 cents in 2030, 5 cents in 2035. Which put us up at the 30 cent cap. Be real good for the highway department and that no cost to city. It's work, so that's all we got there.
It just comes out of everything they sell at the quarry here in the county.
Mineral tax, yeah, which Jackson County is just a rock quarry.
I noticed this is dated, and it says beginning July 1, 25. Will this go back and pick it? How will that work for?
Not much like we'll go back.
Okay.
I don't think so. I probably should have brought it as soon as it was put past the
Okay.
state. I should have done been here for this. So I guess I drug my feet on it, so to say, a little bit. It cost me 6 months.
So the resolution is where you're referring to July 1.
Yeah, and I just noticed that. Hey, I didn't know.
So the bill that was passed by Representative Bond, Representative Hale, and Senator Reeves, I think this resolution will fall under number 2, because it's 20 cents per ton. And it reads for a tax period that begins on or after July, so and then it says, I believe it's down in the bill, it's either 30 days or 60 days after this is sent in from approval by the local legislative body, because this bill is a permissive bill, meaning that every local would have to decide to do that bill.
Yeah. So basically, if we pass it tonight, then it's probably going into effect 30 days.
30 days.
60 days from receipt by the.
I saw it right there.
Okay.
60 days.
Oh,
Okay.
It's a little extra revenue for the highway department.
I'd have to like to get about $4 a can.
That clears out everybody, it's probably go into about 60 days after we pass it.
Give you a motion to approve.
Motion from Mr. Cummings to approve the severance tax resolution. Second from Mr. Stafford over here. Any other discussion? Approval of money, so let's call the roll, Mr. Brandon, please. Yes.
Ed Savage.
Yes.
Dennis Mulder.
Good.
Josh Eaton. Yes. Joe Barlow. Yes. Harold Church.
Yes.
Shirley Fox. Yes. Ron Lee.
Yes.
Paul Ballard.
Yes.
Yes.
Tom Swift.
Yes.
Ron Hopkins.
Yes.
Roger Hill.
Yes.
Rick Bennett. Mark Dodge.
Yes.
Ethan Bud.
Yes.
Terry Hunter. Yes.
Motion carried, thank you. Before we leave the highway department, heading there. I told Mr. Garrison coming up the steps, and I told him I was gonna say the same thing up here. I know y'all, a lot of y'all travel the roads too. I drive 100 miles a day, in this county, 5 days a week most of the time. Him and his department, in my opinion, done a very good job during this situation we've been having and still having, with the ice and the snow and stuff. So I commend him on the work that they've done, so appreciate that. All right, next item on our agenda, hope I pronounced this right, Jody Prius? Okay, all right, you asked to address the court?
Yes, I did.
Okay. You come right up here, please. and-
Is the microphone?
If you'd like to, please, that'd be great.
Really? I sent a letter to all the commissioners, but I'm just gonna go ahead and read it. So we're all kind of on the same page. I am requesting the Jackson County Commissioners establish guidelines with respect to the proximity of amateur rifle or shooting ranges to private property within the county. I live at 219 Dyerton Lane. My neighbor, Mr. John Louis Dyer, has set up a rifle range on his property, which is next to my home. The targets for said rifle range are directly adjacent to my garage. Mr. Dyer regularly invites people over to enjoy his rifle range. The shooting can last from an hour to an entire afternoon. As you can imagine, during the summer, this can last for many hours. While the rifle range is set up on private property, it does interfere with the usage of a prescriptive easement to access property that does not belong to Mr. Dyer. This easement has been established for well over 20 years and is used by many neighbors for nature hikes and dog walking. While Mr. Dyer gets to enjoy his property, I do not feel safe enjoying mine. On a beautiful day, I cannot sit outside. I cannot take my dogs for a walk. I cannot work in my garden because bullets are quite literally flying right behind me. I have discussed this issue with Mr. Dyer on more than one occasion to no avail. Since my last discussion with Mr. Dyer in December of 2025, the frequency of the shooting activity has increased, not decreased. Not only is the situation inherently dangerous, it prevents me from enjoying my own property, it invades the peace and sanctuary of my home, and my dogs are afraid to go outside. In addition, I work from home, and the noise interferes with my ability to work. Mr. Dyer's activities show a blatant disrespect and inconsideration, not just for me, but all the surrounding neighbors. I invite you to visit my property and see for yourselves the positioning of the targets and how close it is to my garage, my garden, and my home. Per Tennessee Code, a rifle range business must adhere to very specific guidelines with respect to safety and noise. There are no such guidelines for amateur rifle ranges Mr. Dyer has set up next to my home and allows others to use. I ask the Jackson County Commissioners to take up this issue and pass an ordinance prohibiting the establishment of amateur rifle ranges in such close proximity to homes and outbuildings. I pose you a simple question. Would you want an amateur rifle range along with the inherent danger and noise that it creates right beside the one place where you should feel safe, your home? Thank you very much.
Okay, gentlemen, you've heard, the lady's request. I think our attorney has looked into this as far as our, ability to address anything we don't have a lot, if I'm correct. Right, Ms. Taylor?
That's correct. I mean, we don't have zoning, so without zoning, there's not a whole lot we can do to regulate private property. Some counties have tried to do something similar under the County Powers Act, but that's been challenged. It's actually in front of the Supreme Court right now. They tried to regulate how close like a rock quarry could be to private property. It was in Grundy County, I believe, and that was challenged by the rock quarry. It's up in front of the Supreme Court. They were saying that it was just a way for them to circumvent zoning. And, so depending on what the ruling comes down as, I mean, there could possibly be things that you could do under County Powers Act, but anything pre-existing would be grandfathered. So, I mean, it's my opinion, I don't think there's anything the county could do, even if you wanted to. Other than, if there's a safety issue, obviously, the sheriff's department,
They've been there.
and if there's an issue with the neighbor, I mean, that's just something that is between, has nothing to do with the county. As far as easements and not being able to use the easement, that's a civil issue between the neighbors, that has nothing to do with the county.
Anyone have anything else you have a question?
If you ever have found a bullet hole or anything, the man that's behind the gun is responsible for where that bullet goes. And, but it sounds, I mean, I haven't been there and seen it, but as much as shooting as y'all say there is going on,
We went for 8 months and never shot. So,
But less than 3 weeks ago, you shot for 4 straight hours in one afternoon. And it's heard by all the neighbors.
Well,
They've called your father and complained.
who else was shooting this evening?
I have no idea.
Somebody across the holler was shooting. I heard them.
I heard you.
Yeah, you heard me.
Yeah.
I shot.
Yes, I know.
Listen,
It's hard to
there's
miss.
nothing that this body can do, we've kind of addressed that, so it sounds like this is a civil, and I'm definitely not an attorney, but it sounds like this is a civil issue, so.
No, and the person who has the property at the end of the easement can raise a civil issue, and I think that he's going to.
Okay,
I appreciate you taking the time to listen.
thank you very much.
Thank
So
you.
what she's saying is she can do what she wants to on our land?
No,
And
I,
we can't?
did I say that?
That's pretty much what you're saying.
No, I don't think that is correct.
Yeah, you're saying you have the right to walk on our land, go
Well,
in
on
her
the
holler,
easement, yes.
tear her grandson's deer stuff down.
Okay,
Yes, we're done.
we got other items, so thank y'all.
The easement is
Mr.
public.
Mallett.
There is no easement.
The easement is public.
No, there's not.
Yes, there is.
Mr. Mouse is not with us tonight,
Public
so
on our land?
we'll take his item up at a later date. We're up to Mr. Allen, the reappraisal plan. Yeah, Caleb Allen, would you like to tell us about that, please?
So every time a reappraisal comes up, I have to submit a plan to y'all and the state board of equalization, I have to approve. So every 5 years prior to this, we would get the plan, you would read through it and either approve it or not, which is always been approved. It's pretty much the same plan, except for we're going to a 4-year reappraisal. The only thing that does is a more frequent reappraisal, it's just more of a workload on the assessor's office, but it's also better for everybody because more frequent appraisals gives you a more accurate value of the property, so you're not waiting 5 years and then getting a 70% increase or 80% increase on your appraisal. So all the thing that I've done is change it to a 4-year. It also gets us away from what's called the sales ratio, the second sales ratio, which is pretty much just hurts rural counties because it takes money away from our state assessed properties and personal property. So we lose those tax dollars. So we won't have that second ratio, we will have one, but I just felt like, my office can handle the workload this time, so we're going to Smith County done it 2 years ago. I talked to, that assessor, and he said it's the best thing he ever done. It's more beneficial to the county than anything he's been able to do, besides get a vehicle. But he said, if you can handle the workload, definitely do it. And so, CPAS also recommended us to do it. They've been doing all the counties who are on 5 and 6 years and go to a 4. We just didn't have the manpower to do it before, because it was so but now we've got 3, so, I feel like we can do it. But other than that, it's the same thing we've always been doing. The only difference is, instead of reappraising after the 5th year, we're gonna do it after the 4th year. It's a lot more beneficial for this last ratio. It hurts that, so I'm trying to get away from the same ratio.
The options are 6-year, 5-year, 4-year, is there another one?
3,
3 years.
you can do it 2 as well.
Oh, you can do it.
And there's, I think Shelby and Williamson maybe, are, every year.
Our big benefit is you're gonna get more tax dollars from the county on like utilities. and-
OSAP, yeah, OSAP personal property, so the sales ratio comes in, and every 2 years, they say how close you are to market value for that year, so first year we're 100%, second year you're at 100%, but that third year they say, all our property's selling for exactly what they was 2 years ago, which they never are, so then they take a percentage, usually it's between 100 and 90, so whenever the boom went off during COVID, it shot everybody down to like 60 and 70. So whenever you do that, you're only getting that percentage of state assessed properties and personal properties. Your state assessed properties, you lose anywhere between $40,000 to $80,000, that first ratio. So that's dollars, that's not value, that's tax dollars that you're losing. So, then you have to do it again in 2 more years. So whenever you reappraise number 4, you only have the first ratio, and then you go and reappraise and go back to 100%.
I think it's important to understand the landowners themselves, private,
Will
not gonna
benefit.
change their,
Yes,
not gonna change their taxes are not going up.
Correct. This just makes it to where they won't, your value won't go up as much. Reappraisal is never meant to make money, so you get a certified tax rate and you get your reappraisal value. Those are even, so the county makes the same amount of tax dollars during that reappraisal. And so this won't do anything to increase the tax dollars that they're spending. It just keeps the county from losing off of the OSAP, personal property, that percentage, that ratio.
But in the long run, this is a winner for the county.
It's a winner for everybody,
Yeah.
I think. Everybody who is on 5 and 6 does wish they could go to a 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Most of the time, if you're in 5 or 6, you'll never go to a 3 because those are big
Yeah.
counties. It's difficult to go to the 4, but it's closer now than ever. And they've come up with some new legislation as well on indexing. That people are looking at to where if a hotspot is selling, you can index that area.
Yeah.
And so that kind of keeps your reappraisal and ratio down too. So it's beneficial for everybody. That's the main reason why I'm doing it.
And your thought, Caleb, is if you can go to this forward without any additional cost to your.
Absolutely, that's in the plan. Yeah, it won't change what we spend or anything like that. Everything is the same except for instead of waiting 5 years to reappraise the most. The workload will be more, but we think that we can handle it without having to do anything crazy. We're still reviewing on a 4-year cycle, which is that's what we've done with the 5-year. So that's what helps out. If we would have done, there's 2 ways you can do it. You can do it 3 years on a review cycle, and in the 4th year you just reappraise and you're just focused on reappraisal. But I selected to do a 4-year review, so we'll be reviewing still during reappraisal. That's where the workload comes from because you got to be out of the office to review, and you also have to be in the office to do reappraisal. So but I think
So Caleb, when back 2 years ago when we reassessed, wasn't it around 67 cents on a dollar? We lost a lot of money, is that not
now
correct?
our last ratio just dropped down like 8%, but that first ratio,
Yeah.
the first one that we hit, it went down to, I think our ratio was 66.
Yeah.
Which a normal ratio, your first normal ratio, we had never seen below 87. 87 was the lowest we had ever had. So whenever you go from an 87 to a 66,
Ballpark number, you remember what the dollar value it might have cost them?
a lot. But I mean, the good thing is we handled it. Most rural counties did not handle it, and that's whenever they send us sufficient tax increase.
I'm just thinking, Public County said they lost like $10 million on that replacement of their service.
Yeah, I would say every bit of that.
Jim, do you remember how much we lost?
I know we had a long discussion on this budget committee. Because we were expecting the second one, and it was gonna be a bigger effect on us. Probably not as much money, but overall, when you keep dropping,
Yeah.
it's not good.
Thank you, Kevin.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
I guess we need a motion to approve your replacement plan, do you not, sir?
Yeah, everybody has to vote on it.
Motion, Thomas, I second.
No, sir.
Second by Brian, he's got his hands up the back. Any other discussion? Let's call the roll on this and, yes. Accept.
Yes.
Judge Smallwood?
Yes.
Chuck Houston? Bill Barlow?
Yes.
Darryl Church?
Yes.
Shirley Fox? Yes. Brian Ray? Yes. Paul Allen?
Yes.
Gary Garrison?
Yes.
Tom Swan?
Yes.
John Hopkins?
Yes.
Ricky Hayes?
Yes.
Jay Shirley?
Yeah.
Mark Wright?
Yes.
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 Thank you. Any other business to come before the court? Does anyone have anything else? Any other business? I have no notices on my list. Any notices on that? Yes, sir. Okay.
Hey, George,
Yes.
I don't have any business, but you guys see your volunteer firemen, your volunteer rescue, and all those folks, law enforcement, everybody, they all really went above and beyond through this storm and stuff to help us get patients where we need to be and all that stuff. So, just a thank you goes a long way with them, see them out. We got forestry. We got some forestry, we found out we could, request them in the state parks and some of those. I found out that we could request them within the first 24 hours, just by calling, and they could come out with chainsaw team. Then after the first 24 hours, we have to request them through FEMA, which we got them for 3 days. To help cut the roads out, pave the birds and all that stuff, so.
All right. No one has anything else. Looks like our next meeting is set for March the 16th. Have a motion to adjourn. Mr. Smallwood. Second. Somebody, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Got it. Thank you. Happy safe going home.
We're trying to ruin the water.
Sorry.
I told Sonia, good next.